Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, I was on Facebook this morning and a couple of my friends posted this article right here from USA Today. It talks about the 5 ways that Black Panther celebrates and elevates Black women. Now, before I actually saw the film, I did a video where I was talking about the trailers that I had seen, and I talked about how they depict dark skinned Black women in a positive light. For those of you who haven't seen that video, I'll post a link in the card so that you could check that out. And also, I did a review after I had a chance to see an early screening of Black Panther, and I mentioned it again, talked about the positive images of Black women in this film. But this article right here really goes into some detail, and I want to focus on this point. I want to highlight this point, highlight the fact that this film celebrates and elevates Black women. Now, the first way that they cite that this film celebrates Black women, it says that Black women are the real main characters. And that's a fact. Black women play a key role in this film. You have a Black general in this film. You have a Black spy in this film. You have a Black scientist in this film, and they're all Black women, and they play a central role in this film. So I think that that's a strong point because often you'll have a Black woman in a film, but she's like a side character. She's a minor character in the film. But in this film, Black women are at the forefront of this film. They are vital in this film. One thing that has to be pointed out is like how one of the characters is a princess who helps Black Panther. She's Black Panther's sister, and she is a scientist. She develops a lot of the technology that makes it possible for Black Panther to be powerful. She develops the suits that he uses, the shoes that he wears, and various devices that he uses, and she helps him on his missions. She plays a key and vital role. And you also have the sister that plays the general, the sister from The Walking Dead. I mean, here you have a Black woman who's a general of an army. I mean, how more important of a role can you think of? What other kind of role is more important than somebody that's playing a key general in an army? And then you have the love interest, the sister Lupita Nyong'o, who plays a spy. I mean, these characters are main characters in this film, and that's great because too often Black women are pushed to the margin of these types of films in particular and just in general. And the second point is this. They say that this film celebrates Black women because the Black women didn't need to have superpowers to be superheroes. So none of the Black women have superpowers, but they are powerful women. They have skills in martial arts and fighting. Also, you have, again, the princess who has this technology, who's a scientist, who develops all this technology that's vital in the fight for justice and, vital in making Black Panther a hero. Another way that this film celebrates Black women is that the characters are multi-dimensional. There are layers to these characters. They don't just rely on these tired stereotypes of Black women. The Black woman as the sassy woman with the attitude or the ghetto woman. They don't rely on any of those negative stereotypes. Here you have intelligent Black women, powerful Black women, beautiful Black women. And, they show different dimensions to these characters. And this is awesome, especially for an action film, a science fiction type of film. That's very rare. One of the key ways that this film celebrates Black women is that you have dark-skinned women playing a major role in this film. Too often when films feature Black women, they feature these racially ambiguous Black women. They feature biracial Black women or women who are barely Black, very light and bright women. They feature those women as the love interest. They feature those women as beautiful and this and that. And I don't have any problem with light-skinned women. You know, white light-skinned women are fine, but too often our dark-skinned sisters are marginalized. You know, they're viewed as not as beautiful and not as important, and they're pushed to the corners. And I'm glad that this film puts dark-skinned women on a pedestal and celebrates dark-skinned women, because our dark-skinned sisters are beautiful and they deserve to be celebrated. So that's one of the things that makes this film awesome, where you have all these dark-skinned, beautiful sisters put at the forefront. I mean, you got the sister Lupita Nyong'o, you got Angela Bassett, you had a sister from The Walking Dead. I always get miss her name, but you know who I'm talking about. And this article mentions another way that this film celebrates Black women is Black women and girls can see themselves on the screen. I mean, that is powerful. I took my daughter to see this film. And I just think that it's powerful for her to be able to see these positive images of strong, intelligent, and beautiful Black women. It's great to see our girls and our women have themselves reaffirmed, you know, by seeing these positive images. You know, by seeing Black women in this role and seeing Black women in films like Hidden Figures and things like that. It's very important. Very important indeed. You know, it's great that we live in a time, you know, where many of our young people, they spend most of their lives seeing a Black first lady. Just imagine the power that that has on the psyche, on the pride of our young people. I mean, many of our young people, for most of their lives, they saw a Black president in the White House. They saw what many of us older people thought was unimaginable, thought was impossible. And all that does is reinforce self-respect and pride. You know, our parents, unfortunately, grew up at a time when the only images of Black people were Black people as buffoons and sambos and minstrels and all that kind of stuff. But here, in these modern times, we're able to see positive images. And we need to celebrate this stuff. And I think that with the success of this film, we will see more of this. Because Hollywood is about making money, and because you have all these Black people supporting this film, coming out in droves supporting this film, it sends a message to Hollywood, a message that our images matter, that we matter, that we want to see positive films celebrating Black excellence and Black beauty and Black power, celebrating Black royalty. So instead of us seeing African kings and queens depicted as white people, perhaps because of this film, we will see more Black kings and queens on the big screen. But yeah, I wanted to just mention this. Tell me what y'all think. You know, those of you who saw the film, what do you think about this issue of Black Panther celebrating dark-skinned Black women? So with that, I'll say please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.